Hello, good evening everyone. I, Dr. Habibur Rahman, working as Principal, Rahman Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Research. Welcome you all to our second episode of Scholars Talk, a unique educational interactive program by Scholars TV. Today, we'll discuss a very important topic on academic career in sports and physical education. To discuss any academic discipline, we can learn better from an expert who is expert in that particular field. To discuss on this topic, today we have with us an expert in physical education, Dr. Mottakin Ahmed. Dr. Ahmed, welcome to our program.
Thank you, sir.
I take honor to introduce Dr. Ahmed to our viewers. Dr. Ahmed is currently working as Sports Officer, Department of Higher Education, Madhya Pradesh. Dr. Ahmed has completed his bachelor, master, and doctorate degree in physical education from one of the most prestigious institutes of India, Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education, Gwalior. Dr. Ahmed is basically from Assam. He has qualified UGC NET in 2017 and 2018. He also qualified JRF in 2019. Dr. Ahmed has attended many national and international conferences and published many research papers in national and international journals. Besides his academic achievement, Dr. Ahmed is a great sports person. He has participated in 61st Senior National Badminton Championship in 2016, 54th National Kabaddi Championship in 2007. He has won many prizes in district, university, and state levels. First of all, I want to know, Dr. Ahmed, why you have chosen physical education as career, though most of the student at this current generation used to prefer to become doctor, engineers, or other professionals.
So actually, I studied in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, which was residential school in Rangia, Assam. Then what happened? Gradually, I didn't have concept. Means what happened? Yeah. Then I came to know that there is a scope in sports and physical education also. And then I used to participate in school games, then in regional meet and national meets from our school. Then in class 9, I came to Gwalior to participate in Kabaddi meet with my school team, which I represented the Northeast regions and Navodaya Vidyalaya and VS meet. Then I decided it will be the best profession for me, where I can show my talent. And meanwhile, in that time, one interesting story that the movie, the Three Idiots was released, where there's a story that we have to choose what we like. So I like the games and sport wholeheartedly, and then I thought that it will be network issue. So then I decided that it will be the best profession for me, through which I can continue my life and I can live happily. So I did, and I came to there.
Okay, thank you. Means Three Idiots is one of your inspiration for choosing your career. It's glad to know that also. And
It is one. It is one of the factor.
yes, 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 yes. Very. So it's not for you. It's inspiration, and it made the so many people. I heard the Three Idiots because most of the parents choose the career, but Three Idiots give the ambition that the one person and student individual can choose a career. Dr. Ahmed, I want to know one another thing. What is physical education? Is it under arts or it is under science? Because education word we can arts background, but sometimes physical education is also called sports science. So it is a big dilemma. Either it's arts discipline or science discipline. So we can get some clear idea.
Yes, during our first year also, or first semester also, it is a question where it is used to ask that whether justify that whether physical education is art and science. So we can say that physical education is a combination of two words. One is physical, another is educations. So education is completely arts background. But when we talk about the physical, so where we have to talk about the body movement, where we have to talk about the physiology, where we have to talk about the anatomy, where we have to talk about the health sciences, where we have to talk about the nutrition. So in one aspects, it is the amalgamations of art and science, where because where in our syllabus we should have to read all the anatomy, we should know about our bone, we should know about our muscles, we should know about our physiological system, how it works during sports. Suppose if I have played a game, before playing we have to know how when to load the carbohydrate, how much protein we have to take, how can we get, and again in relaxation time also, and stressing time also, exercise time also, means totally depend upon the physiological and health condition. Maximum means we use the science. And even I am the students of sports biomechanics, where I have to analyze the movement. So there you need the basic physics. And if I talk about the sports movement, then you require means higher implications of science. So in our department or physical education, it is called the amalgamations of
Both.
science and arts.
But
Even
yes, but you told about some medical things. So it is not only arts and science. There are so many medical field also included in physical education. It's very much upgraded
exactly.
field, I think.
Yes, nowadays it is upgrading because it is not restricted only this one, only in physical like educations or like that. Now it's now people are working in DNA, people are working in most of the advanced things to get the medals or to get fit, to be healthy. So it's to now people are concerning about wellness, health. So now it is means you can say one of the aspects of medical science too.
Yes, thank you. So see, for our aspiring young, one can want to choose their career in sports and physical education. So can you tell us some courses which are available in India and from where they can study these courses?
Okay. At first, I want to suggest the aspirants who has means from any any means discipline. It may be from arts, commerce, or science. One means different university having different criteria. Suppose if one has to enroll in my university where I studied, it is Lakshmi Bai National Institute of Physical Education, which is known as Makkah and Medina of physical education.
Yes,
There, the criteria are somehow educational criteria. It's around you need the 60%, and you should have at least basic participation at least in state level or junior state level or like junior national, or this is a sports criteria. And for educational it is you need the 60%. Then again in entrances, first you have to qualify the physical test where you will have the 100-meter running. Suppose just I am giving the example, the battery, and suppose you will having the long distance running, jumping event, throwing event. Then again you have to qualify the written exam. Then you will call for your skill test where you will be specialized. Suppose I'm specialized in badminton, so they'll take my check my badminton skill. Then the overall mark will be cumulative mark will be given, and one who has qualified they will be called for this one course of BPEd in Lakshmi Bai National Institute of Physics. In other institute also nowadays they are providing the courses like Delhi University, Annamala University. If I talk about the Assam now, Dibrugarh University is also providing. So after graduation, so if wants want to pursue this one, so it is 2 years of course. After graduations, one can go through BPEd if they are good in sport, games and sports. In it is good thing for our northeastern people that the extension of Lakshmi Bai National Institute of Physical Education is nowadays in Sonapur, which established in 2010. And the most we are most privileged and honored that the Assam government has established one of the newest sports university, that is Sri Aniruddha University. Now it has established this year. Sabananda Senwal has inaugurated, and now new vice chancellor has been appointed there. So there are so many scope, so people can opt the physical education.
Yes,
BPA.
definitely.
Again,
I have
again,
seen
one more.
Yes, yes, yes.
One more. This is the aspects of physical education. If one wants to pursue the coaching in the viewpoint of coaching, then one can do the degree of coachings. It is called the post-graduation degree. After graduations, you can go for 1 year diploma course. There is 2 years diploma course where it can be from any graduation field, and you can have the good achievement in sports, like in athletics, badminton, football. So you can be a good coach in Sports Authority Center, and there are nowadays many clubs. Then you can coach the people.
So from your words, we able to know that anyone can choose any, but they should be meritorious because 60% marks is required. Moreover, one should be fit to
Yes.
get admission in physical education.
Yes.
And I have seen because
Yes.
my institute, Rahman Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Research, is just nearby. The wall we are sharing together with National Institute of Physical Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education in the Guwahati, Sonapur, where my institute and both are sharing the same boundary, same wall. Both are together, neighbor. And we have seen so many students from other states mainly are studying here, but very less students from our Assam. I have observed them. Anyway, Dr. Ahmed, so because our Assam people are not much aware about this physical education, I think. So what are the scopes and opportunities are there in physical education? Then if then able to know the more scopes and opportunities, then definitely more students will come. So can you tell us some scopes and opportunities are there in India also, abroad also?
Firstly, the main aim and objective of physical education is to make the physical education teachers. Nowadays, in every, if I talk about the central school, it is very much compulsory subject, health education or physical education. So nowadays, the Indian government has made a compulsory subject physical education. So one can have good avenue as a physical education teachers in the Kendriya Vidyalaya, Navodaya Vidyalaya, Chanki school, and many of the private CBSE school like Delhi public schools, national public schools, Kaziranga, and all the good schools. They want the physical education teachers. It will be a good avenue for once. Again, the one who has a good degree, if one has created master of physical education with NET or SLET, so one can go for higher education, means they can opt for assistant professor. And there are scope like 6 sports officers. So sometimes the criteria used to be changes. They want the net, and sometimes they want senior national sports participations with BPA degree or the diploma degree. So there are again scope in as a sports officer in the colleges. Nowadays in Assam, it is not here in colleges, but where I am working in MP, so they have launched that as a sports officer. Last time there were 314 vacancies, and in other states like now recently in Chhattisgarh also, there were various posts for sports officer. And but if I talk about Assam government, the APSC last year enrolled through DITE, Distinct Institute of Distant Technology, that through that one they include around 8 of our students of who has completed master degree. So there are lots of scope nowadays. Not only that, people can be the gym trainer, people can be the nutritional experts, people can opt the sports journalist, people can be the physiotherapist, and people can be the massage expert, and maybe the event managers. And there are lot many scope. But again, some people may ask that I have completed this thing, but still I haven't got the job. But I want to say that everywhere there is that if you want to hire someone, you will want that who are having the quality. So you have to qualify some exam. So suppose there is some this one is clay potter, and another one is a constructor engineer. There will be the one hakim in village, and there will be the brain surgeon. there is a scope. It's depend upon you, how much you prepare and how much you are capable. So according to your calibrity, people you're hiring. So there are a lot many scope nowadays. If people want to have that opportunity, they can continue.
So I also able to know a lot of scopes in physical education because most of our peoples are not aware what option because people who to choose the career where they can earn more money. The but they don't think about the fitness also. But without fitness, money is
Yes.
valueless. So very important thing we
Nothing.
have
Yes, it's
told.
right.
So as you are a good sports person, and I able to know that you have participated in national level badminton championship and also national level in kabaddi championship. And so, what is the rule or the link between physical education with sports? Because the physical education is a academic field, but the sports we can see anyone can play any games and they become the sports person. So what is the link between physical education with sports?
So the league.
Yes,
Okay. So first in sports, anybody can play. Suppose they can have from their home also. They can from anywhere. But if I talk about physical educations, they have to go to certain course, which will be come under formal educations. Suppose education is divided in three part: formal education, non-formal education, informal education. Suppose in that way one can practice at home or like that. But if I talk about physical education, it is a formal education. So in our educations, the physical activities are also included. We in the morning we have to wake up at 5:30 and we have to go through a higher conditioning, not exercise, conditioning means high level of intense exercise where there will be explosive exercise, where there will be speed exercise, where there will be endurance for agility, for balance, for coordination. There will be lots of variations of exercise. So we used to train there and we equipped with that. And evening also, like in other subjects, suppose if people are honors with psychology, honors with education, honors with political science, there also we have to want our own specialization subject. In games also, suppose I had badminton, someone may have football, someone may have cricket, someone may have judo. Like that way they are having the special. So in that time evening we get the opportunity to play from 5 to 7 again. So in that time we can practice and we can improve our game. So it is, again, I can say that it is a bridge between the educations and physical activity, so one can improve through this.
okay. As it is said, we know that a sound mind in a sound body. So if our health remains sound, our body remain healthy, then our mind will be sound, active, and we can do better work and we can contribute for the development of our nation, definitely. As we know that our government of India also initiated a very good project, Fit India Movement. To become Fit India Movement, do you think physical education should be made compulsory for every student in every school?
Yes, sir. Sure, definitely. I want that physical education must be compulsory. Like, because, okay, suppose I am a physical educationist, but if someone asks me to teach the mathematics, okay, I can teach, but I can show that much impact in mathematics or physics, how much the physics expertise can or a mathematics expertise can. In same way, in our sports also, we have to go to sports training, and there are lots of allied subjects I told you, like physiology, like health educations, like physiology. So what I mean, we are actually trained that we should know that when to give the training, when to there will be intensity, where how much there will be volume, how much there will be recovery. Suppose if you run normally or like that, one of the quotations was said by Leonardo da Vinci, without scientific knowledge, the game is like a rudderless plane. Rudderless means pilotless plane. You can land it anywhere. So if we train without scientific knowledge, you may land in way. So this is the conditions that one should have the compulsory subject or physical education expertise, so that they can supervise and they can monitor, that they can understand that this is wrong way of practicing, for which you cannot improve. You will have the limitation, and they can means motivate them psychologically that okay, to overcome these conditions you have to go through these activities. So they can design the activities, they can design the diet level, they can make them understand about, suppose first of all, suppose I'm having player, the beginners, what kind of training I should I give first the endurance level training, speed, or the intensity, or the strength level training. So we have to design accordingly. And again, there is the plan, the periodization is called in sports language. Suppose my tournament is in 2022 August, so I should have the peak level in that August also, August only. If my peak level come in March or April, then means I cannot give my peak performance in August. So there are so many concepts which is not understandable to the normal people who are in day-to-day life. So I think that there is a much
Thank
more
you.
requirement of
It is
physical
very,
education in
yes, yes, yes.
sports.
It is
This one.
very important, and we should, we all want to become healthy. And for to become healthy, want to know the physical education also, and need to be involved physical activities, various games like this. As we have seen that at current generation, most of the youth or students used to play more games in online, like recently banned PUBG games, or like so many online games. We have seen most of the students,
Right.
and they are getting neglected. They are neglecting physical activity or outdoor games. Okay, so what is your opinion on this regard? How it will affect
Okay. First of all,
the, yes,
I want to say the physical education take place from cradle to graves. It's from mother home only. It's kicking or like that. So it to graves. So what happened? Nowadays, if I talk about, just I have to explain. I need few time. So if I talk about that, Greece, Aristotle was very much popular. Plato, Cliso, Alexander, all were fond of game. That time they this one they were participate. They took participations in Olympic games and all. So what happened nowadays? Era has been changed. So if I talk about the play theory, there is a one theory. It is called surplus energy theory. We are having something different, extra energy, where we have to channelize. Either it may be in the form of games and sports, or it may be in the forms of dance, music, or other hobbies. So it's better your that talent should be channelized through means the good way through which you can be benefited for physiological conditions, for health benefit. So it is says that health is wealth, and the prevention is better than cure. If you will be okay, it is good to be in mobile, or it's good to be in the online game, I do not deny, but addiction is not good. So
yes,
what happened in mobile, you can play in the room also, you can play in 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or 2 o'clock, but in games and sports you cannot play. You need the player, you need the opponent, you will have the specific time. So what you can do in through games and sports, you will have lots of benefits. So I think so if people will involve in games and sports, so they will have the love towards the games and sports, any games they can have. If you love cricket, if you love athlete, if you love swimming, so you can have love any game. If you involve yourself, then you can reduce your addictions towards the other online gadgets games, so which will again give you the benefit to be healthy, to be fit.
yes,
These are
definitely.
my
And
opinion about games and
for
sports.
outdoor games and sports, by physical activity, we can reduce our stress level. We can reduce our cholesterol on sugar level. So
Yes,
so many we can overcome. So
cholesterol. Yes, yes.
yes,
They
we can.
like nowadays.
Yes,
Like health is, it is called hypokinetic disease, as you are in medical expert, that because our movements are nowadays reducing, because
yes,
in our when I was in childhood in my school, what we used to do, because in school time I saw that there were lots of farmers, they used to go with their bull or like that for farming. Nowadays it has reduced.
yes,
So what happened, the hyperkinetic movement has been reduced. Due to reduced distance, we are having the hypertensions, we are having the heart diseases, we are having arthritis, we are increasing the obesity. So
yes,
to reduce this kind of diseases, we must have to involve in games and sports.
yes. So we
This
are
is my
coming
appeal
to,
to all the
yes,
people.
and very good fruitful session is going with you. And I am coming to the last question, last and final question. As we are able to know that you come from a very small village called Malibari in Kamrup rural district of Assam. And now you are working as a sports officer in Madhya Pradesh. So can you tell this journey, how you come from a small village, Malibari, to the Madhya Pradesh as a sports officer? It will inspire a lot to our this generation people. So I want to know at least.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right. My village is very remote area. It is in periphery of Guwahati, maybe around 30-40 kilometers away. It is sharing the border with Warang district. So in my village, when I was there, there was no electricity. No, there was a lot, very less scope there. But I was very much fortunate that I got chance to be in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya Rangya, which is fully residential, and I got opportunity to be involved in games and sports. Where one of my physical education teachers, that is Raj Lakshmi Bhagavati. She is now working in Nagao Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. She saw my talent, and she told me that why don't you join in physical education, because she was from same institute where I studied. So she told me, why not you join? Before I was a student of science in 11, 12, but I opted physical education as my supplementary subject, so that I can prepare for this only. So as I told you before, that in class 9, I came here in Gwalior. I saw that there's a scope, and ma'am also always she used to told me, guide me that, okay, you have to go here. Then I prepared my mind that, okay, if I have to do something else, I have to do something in physical education only. And for also to fill the form, what happened, we have to come to Guwahati. Because in that time there was no internet connection like day to day. I'm talking about 2010. So we have to come to cafe, and I came and I fill up the form. I was not that much aware and that much punctual about this thing and all, but for me, I got 2 months after +2. Then there was an army camp nearby my home. And then I used to do physical training, whatever it is. They used to provide me lots of diet, and they used to train me. And I always used to go there, and I always used to practice. And for literature or for hello.
Hello. Yes, we got disconnected due to the network problem. Please welcome back.
Okay, sir. So these were my story. And I used to practice, and I decided at the time, as I told you, as I watched Three Idiot movie, and I decided that if I have to do something, I will make my career in physical education. Then there's a proverb that where there is a will, there's a way, where there's a will, there's a way. So I got the way, I hit it, I tried it, and I cracked the opportunity.
And
Now I can say yes. My decision, my hypothesis was exactly correct, what I decided and what today I am.
yes, thank you a lot. And
Hello, sir, can you hear me?
yes, yes, I'm hearing. Thank you a lot for spending so much time with us,
Yeah.
and we wish a lot of success in your upcoming days, and hope our viewers also will be benefited. Hello. Yes, I wish a lot of
Yeah.
success in your upcoming life, and wish all the best. And you are one of our inspiration in the field of physical education. I hope our viewers also will able to learn so many things about physical education, and get benefited from such a wonderful person, sports expert, Dr. Mottakin Ahmed, proud of Assam. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, sir.